I started off at 205, and yeah, I'm not even going to show you a shirtless photo at 205 because that's how much of a fat hunk of shit I was. I'll show you this one. After about a month of doing this, I had cut down to 195. Hello friends, it's Mike from the Two Gaming Dudes here doing something completely different. This is going to have nothing to do with cinema or video games or movies or anything stupid like that. I'm talking about body transformation. My own, specifically using this program, this diet program from these fitness gurus, Doucette.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
And Remington James.
No bird food portions, no choking down greens that you don't even like. A real sustainable diet is one that's enjoyable, where you're having fun with it. You can learn.
If you don't know, they're these, these internet fitness personalities that come up with these diet and training programs, and I put them both to the test. You'll see, I'm going to give them both my sincere endorsement because the transformation was pretty incredible. So let me give you some background. I'm in my mid-40s. I started out at 205 pounds. I'm 5'8", and Charles actually got me into powerlifting 2 years ago. Charles is actually a really high-level powerlifter, just way bigger, way stronger than me, putting up like crazy world-class numbers. And so I started powerlifting with him and ballooned up to 205 pounds, which on my frame was a lot. And I wouldn't mind, but I looked like a powerlifter. It was big and fluffy everywhere, no definition, just big. No muscle separation, not cut or defined. Big, just big everywhere, which was fine. And I was lifting heavy numbers and it was fun and all that. But I don't want to look like a powerlifter. I looked like a big fat hunk of shit. I wanted to look good. I want to have abs and muscles and look like a Marvel superhero, frankly. So I find these guys online, Remington James and Doucette, and I was going to follow their diet plan. I wasn't going to do their training plan. My training has always been this mix of traditional bodybuilding, powerlifting, and strongman stuff. And it works out good for me. I wasn't going to change that. I was just going to take on their diet. And specifically what they do is they take recipes that are the usual shit that a schmuck like us would eat, and they find ways to make it healthier. Remington James calls it anabolic. He makes it anabolic, so he'll use different ingredients and hack the recipe. So instead of, he makes this chicken parm, which is fucking magnificent. And instead of it being this 600 calorie hunk of shit with fat and crap, he makes it like 300 calories, full of protein, but it's delicious. You'd never know the difference. That if you just made it and ate it, and I didn't tell you that I made it special, you'd never know. You'd think it was just a regular greasy, disgusting, unhealthy chicken parm. But it's not. It's really good for you. So, and Greg does the same thing. And I think Doucette actually started it and got really famous, and then other people started doing the same thing. But, you guys just want to see the before and afters. I get it. All right, let's get to it. Before I do, in the spirit of full openness, I started TRT before I did this. I started checking at age 39. I'm in my mid-40s now. And every year, as part of my annual physical, I would do a test. And I saw my test go at age 39 from, 6 and some change. The next year was 5 and some change, and then 4 and some change. And finally, 2 years ago, when I hit 280, I found an endocrinologist, jumped on TRT, felt better. However, if you think that's all it takes, you're going to be mistaken, because I was still a fat hunk of shit until I started exercising and lifting weights with Charles. So if you jump on that train, if your diet still sucks and you don't exercise and you're a fat hunk of shit, those injections alone aren't going to do it. You're still going to be a fat hunk of shit. You still got to do the work. For some of you, that might bum you out, but for me, it was just part of the game. So here we go. I started off at 205. And yeah, I'm not even going to show you a shirtless photo at 205 because that's how much of a fat hunk of shit I was. I'll show you this one. After about a month of doing this, I had cut down to 195. And after 6 more weeks, finally got down to 180. And that's me at the end, 180 pounds. So I'll try and put them side by side. You can see the difference from 195 to 180. You'd think 15 pounds, that's an awful lot of weight, and it is. So the Doucette and the Remington James diet plans, they absolutely 1,000% work. They absolutely 1,000% are something you can follow full-time, long-term. Coach Greg has this ice cream. He calls it his thick anabolic ice cream. It really is delicious. He says it's 85% as good as the real thing. That's his goal for his hacked recipe, to be 85% as good as the regular recipe. My big weakness is Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia. If I know it's in the freezer, it's as good as dead. I'm going to destroy it. And it's like 1,000 calories because I'll eat the whole quart. I know I will. You make up a batch of Coach Greg's anabolic ice cream. It gets you over that craving. He says it's 85% as good. I think that's a stretch. I'll call it 75% as good as Cherry Garcia. But for me, that's enough to get it out of my system. I'm so full, and I've had my ice cream, that I'm not so tempted to go destroy that Cherry Garcia. So the Coach Greg's ice cream coupled with just a little bit of willpower, that gets me over the hump, and I'm not going to torpedo a week's worth of dieting by eating an entire quart of Cherry Garcia. It helps. So I would say my favorite recipes from all of them, Remington James makes these little bagel pizza bites. I eat them every weekend after my workout. They're awesome. They're bagel pizza bites. They're delicious. And again, if I didn't tell you they were made in an anabolic bodybuilding hack, you'd never know the difference. Remington James chicken parm, fucking awesome. Fantastic, delicious. You make it in the air fryer, fat-free mozzarella. Awesome. And instead of oil, you air fry it. It's fantastic. It's absolutely delicious. And it's anabolic, lower calorie, higher protein. Absolutely awesome. Coach Greg's French toast. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Coach Greg recommends, it's like stupid little changes, like you're craving potato chips or Doritos for me. Instead, you eat popcorn and put this calorie-free cheddar-flavored salt on top of it. That's enough to get you over that craving where you're going to normally destroy an entire bag, 2,000 calories worth of Doritos. You eat this giant tub of popcorn and it's like 200 calories. You're not going to torpedo your diet with 200 calories of popcorn. So those are the favorites. So Remington James.
Welcome back to my kitchen.
And Coach Greg Doucette.
Way too many morons in the world.
Their recipes are legit. The program is sincerely easy to stick to. It really is. I'm a lazy hunk of shit. I'm a freaking internet comedian. I'm a lazy hunk of shit, and it works just fine. It totally, absolutely, 100% works. They've both got cookbooks out, which they're expensive. I mean, they're over $100, and I know for a lot of folks that's a lot of money. For me, that's a lot of money. Don't worry about it. Just go to the YouTube channel. They put out dozens of recipes for free. Just follow on the YouTube channel. It'll give you more than enough to get lean. It's amazing, and you can do it full time. I honestly don't see myself not using this stuff. Maybe not certainly all these recipes, but also using those concepts that I learned from them. Switching to the fat-free cheeses and fat-free cooking spray and popcorn instead of Doritos and low-calorie hacked ice cream instead of Ben & Jerry's. All of it together, it makes it a lot easier, and I can do it long-term rather than deprive myself. Just say, I'm not going to eat ice cream for 2 months. And then at the end of 2 months, you go bananas and you you gain all that back and get even fatter than when you started. That sucks because I've done a lot of that. So there you have it. I don't know what's next. I think I'm going to do a clean bulk. I'm down to 180 now, and I'd like to go up to 195, but maintain this level of leanness. I don't know. I have no idea what my body fat is, but if I can maintain this level of leanness and definition, but put on 10 more pounds of just lean mass, I'll see how that feels at 195 and go from there. There you have it. Sorry, no dick or fart jokes on this one, no movie review, but look at some of the other videos if that's what you're looking for. Click subscribe, go to the other sites, check out Coach Greg and Remington James. Their recipes are legit. They're for real and they're delicious. So that's all I have to say about that. Deuces, everybody.
Oh, God.